AA Best Bail Bonds big game coverage live from Miami.
It's the Blitz here on 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM. He's Jason. I'm Rob. Your AA Best Bail Bonds Radio Row coverage carries on. We'd like to welcome on the show Jaws. Ron Jaworski sitting in with us today. How you doing today?
Rob, Jason, absolutely fantastic. I got to be careful. You've got this TV or all this technology
Facebook
now.
Live.
Yeah, I had to put makeup on. I had to comb my hair. I used to just come put a T-shirt on and slop around. Now I got to look nice because you put me on TV.
Well, the radio world is no longer the radio world. It changed before our eyes. I got into this because I didn't want to dress up. I didn't want to.
And you still don't.
I know.
So many. We've gotten to know you pretty well through the years. Seeing you at Army Navy every year in Philadelphia, Super Bowl Radio Row. I got to know you a little bit when we had the Arena League in San Antonio and everything going on. And the cigar party, which is tonight, which is always
1,200 of my closest friends will be smoking a cigar and drinking some scotch.
Even though you're an Eagle, I like you, but I got a bone to pick with you.
Go ahead, bring it on.
I know. How did Drew Pearson not get into the Hall of Fame? I say that you were on the Blue Ribbon Committee that selected it.
I did not. I selected the top 100 players, not this. There was another panel that selected these additional 10 or 12.
Okay,
Hall
so
of Fame.
so it's not your fault.
I
was like, I got a bone to pick.
And you got a legitimate gripe. You have a legitimate. I'm not. But I'll give you kind of example within the top 100 players in the first 100 years of the NFL. I was on that committee along with Bill Polian and Peter King and Bill Belichick and Dick Vermeil, and there were 26 of us on that committee, and we had to select the top 100 players in 100 years of the NFL. It was damn hard, and everyone took it very, very, very serious. Consequently, some people are going to be ticked off that they weren't on that. We're talking about 100 years of the NFL. Now, our prism is maybe from 1960 or 70 on. There were some great players, Sid Luckman and guys like that no one has that prism of what these guys did. So it was hard. And the same thing now with the Hall of Fame. Drew Pearson has a legitimate argument. Harold Carmichael, Drew Pearson, I mean, they were probably neck and neck because they both had incredible careers in the mid-70s to the mid-80s. Harold got voted in. So I think if Drew would have gotten in and Harold didn't, Harold would have had a legitimate argument.
Sure.
They were both deserving of being in the Hall of Fame. Phenomenal receivers, great numbers. If they played in today's NFL, they'd blow some of these numbers away.
He is Ron Jaworski joining us here on ESPN San Antonio, your Radio Row coverage, carrying on early with Ron today. I'm curious. When you're doing the selection, we're going to talk Super Bowl in a second.
Anywhere you want to go. I'm a football
When we looked at the list, it's consistently we looked at that guy's not in, that guy's not in, that guy. It just appeared like maybe all of them should have gotten in at some point. And I'm curious about the selectivity and what your thoughts are on should it be only for the very, very, very tops or for guys that, were secure and good for their franchises for a long time. The Drew Pearsons of the world, and there's not a lot of them, but it certainly felt like, we're going to do 10. Maybe 11.
I'll be very honest with you, straightforward. I am in the Philadelphia Eagles Hall of Fame. I am not in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. My career wasn't worthy enough to be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. It was worthy enough to be a Philadelphia Eagle Hall of Famer. It should be hard.
Yes.
It's hard to get into the Eagles Hall of Fame. It should be much harder to get into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So I have no problem with great players not getting in. Because when you get in, it's that much more meaningful. And you don't want to impugn the integrity of being a Hall of Famer.
When I hear someone like you say that, that's all I needed to hear.
Well, I've always kind of gone with, you think about a guy and you think, is he a Hall of Famer? Yes. If you go, then no.
Well, how about Eli Manning?
I say he's a Hall of Famer.
Okay, you didn't go.
Two Super Bowls, 2 Super Bowl MVPs, doing it in New York, 16 years with one team. I know there's going to be debate, and I hope the bust has Eli face, but I do think he is a Hall of Famer.
I agree with you. I kind of feel the same way. When you say a name, you go, or say, oh yeah.
When you're breaking down, what have you seen that has been even slightly effective against Mahomes defensively?
Not much,
Yeah.
not much. But I think what you got to do is try to get him in the known situation. In other words, third and long, where you can just kick your heels back and let that fierce pass rush of the 49ers get to him. He does not have a flaw in his game.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick has been brought along the right way by Andy Reid, and not to get off that track, but I keep thinking about, we talk about the quarterback position so much, and I see so many guys get thrown out there. They're rookies. They come out great college careers, and they go to the pro game, and they're expected to be a star. Andy takes Patrick Mahomes, moves up to get him, loves him. He's going to be the quarterback of the future. Sit your butt on the bench for a year. You learn how to be a quarterback. You learn from Alex Smith.
Mm-hmm.
You learn how to be a pro. You learn how to manage a locker room. You not only learn the X's and O's, but you learn the leadership skills that are so important for that position from an Andy Reid, from an Alex Smith. So when he got to play his second year, he was further along mentally. He understood the playbook. He wasn't game planning every single week like Alex Smith was. He knew that he didn't have to perform that game plan. So he was learning how to be a pro. So when he got the opportunity, he was ready. So too many guys I've seen get ruined. You go in the first round, throw him right out there, let him play. And all of a sudden this guy gets beat up and he ain't worth a damn.
Ron Jaworski here on ESPN San Antonio Radio Row, doing some work with some tape to keep it all together, right?
As I get older, I need a lot of things to keep it together. But it's funny, I'm here on Mueller Sports on behalf of Mueller Sports Medicine, and as a player, I was in high school and college. Every athletic training room you go into, you'd see all these Mueller Sports Medicine
Absolutely,
products.
we grew up
the
with
tape,
it.
the gauze,
The,
the band,
Icy Hot,
the
and all
knee,
that stuff.
all that
Absolutely.
stuff. Yeah. So they came out with this product, which certainly helps guys like me, because I need all the help I can get. The only thing I compete at now is golf, and the Typhoon kinesiology tape actually helps me. And by the way, it's available at Walmart.com. It's a great product. It relieves pain, and I think it maybe takes a stroke or two off my game. So that's worth it to me. But
yes,
the kinesiology tape is phenomenal.
And they were a part of the Wounded Warrior game last night. I see the jersey here. We're showing it on Facebook Live, which is always fantastic. And they figure if they're working the tape for that thing,
man,
it is it's quality.
I hate to say this. I probably don't mean it that way, but I always get emotional when I get involved with these games, and I think everyone, you guys talk about Army, Navy, and patriotism, and how much that game means to our country, not only in the Philadelphia area, but nationally and internationally, worldwide. That Army Navy game is a phenomenal game. This Wounded Warrior game doesn't get obviously it's,
sure.
The visibility of an Army Navy game, but these guys are out there on blades. They're guys that fought so we could sit here and talk Super Bowl.
Well, Ron,
so
you are talking back to Military City, USA.
Yeah, I mean,
You're talking to San Antonio.
I'm so proud of the guys and ladies that protect our country and have sacrificed so much. And whenever Chris Visser and his team reach out to we've done these at Arena Football League games, and just to give these guys, and man, they compete. Holy cow!
Yes.
And just to give them the visibility and just the ability to go up and say thank you.
Yep.
And it means so much to them. Hey, it means more to me, but the ability to do that goes a long, long way.
Jaws, always a pleasure.
All right, man. Thank you, guys. You guys are awesome. Anytime, we'll see you in Philly Army Navy next year.
Absolutely. We look forward to it. Ron Jaworski right here on ESPN San Antonio.